So we want to go on a nice cruise, and it's expensive to go on a Disney cruise, and that's another point of saving money. We've been on a lot of cruises, and we don't make a lot of money. We live on a fixed income, and people are amazed how much we do. Uh, we just budget our money and save until we have enough money to go do whatever we want to do, and then we go do it. I bet we've been on 8 or 9, maybe 10 cruises, because both me and my husband love to cruise. It's one of our favorite things to do. And, you know, my husband's had a lot of health issues, and I also had 2 surgeries a couple of years ago. One year I had 2, and then he had brain surgery the first of last year. So we've had to get over a lot of different things like that. And when we do the Disney cruise, we probably aren't really going to go ashore, because we've done a lot of cruises, and I think we've pretty well seen everything. It's going to be hard for my husband because of his health. But on the cruise ship, it shouldn't be that bad. We have a wheelchair, and I can wheel him around. That's not a problem. Most important thing is we're going to be with our family and have a great time, and no one's going to have to clean or cook. Another great thing. And being it's a Disney cruise, the great grandkids are going to have a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a great time. So that's what we're going to do, and we're planning it for 4 years. And if something happens, and me and Grandpa can't make it because we're old, and we pass away or something, the kids will have a little more money. A lot of it is just the fun of planning what you're going to do, and. Right now we're planning a trip to Yellowstone with my daughter in 3 years. I think she was surprised it was going to be 3 years out, and I said, well, it's not that I couldn't afford to do it right now if I wanted to do it. But you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. And I'm not going to get myself all stressed out trying to get a hotel room and be worried if someone's had a virus. So I'm hoping in 3 years we're over this. If it's really gone in 2 years, we may leave in 2 years. We have the money to make that trip. My husband said to me the last thing he wants to do before he passes away, he wants to go back to Yellowstone. We've been there several times because, like I said, we have done a lot of traveling. And anyone can travel if you want to travel. You just need to budget your money out and make it a commitment that you're going to do it. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to plan a trip to Yellowstone, and we're going to plan a Disney cruise with our family in 4 years, and we'll be able to do both because I will budget the money out, and I wouldn't even have to work an extra day to do that. The only reason why I'm working an extra day is because I got to have dental work done, and that's going to be like 7, 8, 10, 12, maybe 12,000. I don't know. And like I said, there's no place I can go anyway, so might as well be working and making money. So that's the plan for the next 3 or 4 years. See how Grandma plans out. And that's how I've been able to go on a 15-day cruise to Hawaii. I've been on a 13-day cruise down to Mexico. I've been on quite a few 7-day cruises. I've been up to Alaska on a couple cruises. We did the interior, and that was an expensive. I think we spent like $5,000 on that cruise, doing the interior and the cruise. And you could spend more than that because what Grandma always does. My family all have money, not money, but they have more than I have. And they can afford to do a lot of stuff I can't do. But I can still afford to go on a cruise. I just get the cheapest room they have. And I don't care if I have a window. I'm going to go visit them in their rooms where they have a terrace, and I'll go sit on their terrace. Grandma's cheap. Or I like to say that I do whatever I want. I just have to budget. And I have to consider different ways you can do things reasonable. Maybe reasonable is a better word. I'm not going to double the price just because I want a terrace. Even if my children were not with me, because we went on that cruise to Hawaii, we were by ourselves. Because that was something I personally wanted to do, and everyone told me I was crazy. Because that was 10 days at open sea. Didn't bother me at all. I had a good time. As you can see, I made this necklace on that cruise. And I want you to know, I did not believe that I would ever do this many crafts. But I spent $300 on that cruise ship buying beads and shells and stuff to make necklaces. I made every single one of my children, grandchildren, and my best friend and my sister necklaces. So I made a lot. So when I was out to sea for 10 days, I was just having a gay old time making jewelry. And the whole ship, it was so funny. You walk around the ship and everyone is just making all this jewelry. And I made more than this one for me. I bought 3 dresses when I was in Hawaii, and I made a different color and a different way of a necklace for each one of those dresses. See how grandma can be. I may be saving at one end, and at the other end I'm spending money all over the place. But that's just how grandma is. Well, I was going to tell you about more things I was joining in with this month, but I think maybe this video is going a little long. So I will tell you about another video tomorrow and tell you the other things I'm joining in with this month. And, well, I shouldn't say this month, this week. Because I have quite a few more that I'm joining into. But I got on that thing about saving up money and how you can do things if you want to do it. And, I also should mention why we can go on cruises and do so well. We don't drink, so we don't have a big bar tab. I have not ever put a quarter in a doggone machine as a casino. Because, like I said, grandma wants to have a good time, and I want to remember my good time. And most of the time, we usually are traveling with one or more of our grandchildren. Well, I shouldn't grandkids. I don't think we've traveled ever on a cruise with grandkids. But all of my children, we've been on cruises with them, and we've been on cruises with friends, and with my sister. And they all have more money. They all have wind terraces. I get to enjoy everything. When we went to Alaska, my daughter had a terrace, and my sister had a terrace. And the weird part was we had the cheapest room on the ship, and we had the nicest bed on the ship. That was hard to believe. Because I guess everybody wants those terrace rooms. But that doesn't bother me. I would rather be able to go and have a good time and spend $300 on making jewelry on a cruise ship, if that doesn't sound strange. And then if I want to buy a souvenir, I spend the money for it. Don't get me wrong. I will spend a couple $100s. I mean, I can't tell you what we've spent on cruise ships. But we just don't spend it on alcohol or the casinos. I spend it on something I can bring home and use or have. And I wasn't really doing a lot of, well, I guess I had my YouTube channel when I did some of the cruises, because I did take pictures of some of them, and they're up on there. But if I do any in the future, I'll probably take a lot more pictures and share with you how beautiful these ships are. But anyway, I guess I can just keep talking, but Grandma is a real talker when she gets going. Okay, well, we mentioned Mastermind Influence because I am a co-hostess for that one, so that was important that I mention it. I'm not a co-hostess for creative thinking about saving the money. I'm just joining in. And don't forget to come back at the end of today and see that video. Love you all. If you made it this far, you really love me a lot, I can tell you. Thank you so much for all your love and support.